Hello, my name is Nikki, known here as the One-Handed Bandit if you're new here. And so today I'm going to be using the Crayon Case Matte Book Palette. So I'm just going to use just one eyeshadow today. I'm just using this really deep purple shade. And as you can see, it is very rich and pigmented. So I'm just packing the color on, and I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. I do love that primer. So I am using the I'm doing the second eye and just packing that purple color on. So it's sort of like a smoky eye, and you'll see in a moment I do go in with another brush and just to blend out the edges of the shadow so it's not, just not so harsh, and it's nice and blended and smoky. So I do blending for quite a while. I do chop up the clip, and I do cut a lot of it out, but I was blending for quite a while because, like I mentioned, that color is very rich and pigmented, and as you can see, my arm started to get tired, but that is what smoky looks take. So now that the shadow is all blended out, I am using my Milk Eye Gel Grip Primer, and I'm also using the L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation as well. I love this foundation, and it is very much similar to the Huda Beauty foundation. It's very nice and full coverage. And for concealer, I'm using the Milani concealer, and I'm just adding that under my eyes and also down the bridge of my nose. And I will be blending that out with a crayon case blending sponge, which I absolutely adore. They're very good with blending out any type of makeup. So to set that concealer, I'm using my Airspun powder. Now, I don't like the smell of this powder, but I do like the way that it sets my under eye. And since I have dry skin, it helps with the creasing, and it helps with that dryness under my eye. And next I'll be setting my foundation with my Too Faced Born This Way powder foundation, and this is in the shade Chai. It is a little bit darker than my natural foundation shade, but I just use that to set. So I'm going to be using this Sephora face palette. This is the deep one, and I'm going to use this shade right here just to contour, or more like bronze. I'm actually bronzing, and I do like that this is a nice shade to bronze, and you can build up the pigmentation. It's light, but you can go in a few times just to build up the pigmentation. And then going back into that same palette, I'm going to be using this shade just as a blush. You can use it as a illuminating bronzer as well, but today I'm using it as a blush. And I'm also using that same bronzing shade just to chisel out my nose. And I like the fact that it is very light. It's not too deep. Some shades are just a little too deep and too strong for my nose. So I do like this to just to chisel out my nose. And then back into the Sephora palette once again, I'm going to use this gold shade here just to add some highlight to my cheeks. So I do go in very, very lightly, and then as you can see, this highlighter is pigmented. It packs a really big punch, so I do go in a moment off camera to blend out that right side, but I did go in lighter on the left side. And I add that to my forehead. Now, I do have texture on my forehead, but I love highlighter on my forehead, so I add that there as well as on the tip of my nose. And then going back in the crayon case palette, I'm going to use that same purple, and I'm just going to add that to my lower lash line. just to bring the entire eye look together. And then in with this Sephora palette once again, I'm going to take this Frosty Icy shade and I'm just going to pop that into my inner tear duct just to open up my eyes a little bit. And next for lips, I'm going to use the Crayon Case lip liner. This is in the shade Plump. And I'm just going to line my lips with this. And for lipstick, I'm also using the Crayon Case liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Marie. I don't show the product, but this is the shade Marie. And I'm just going to blend that out and then add a little bit of gloss on top. And this is the Tokyo Dipping Sauce gloss by the Crayon Case as well. And that is it. That is the final look. I hope that you all have enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.